Okay, great. So we're going to go and we're going to review a little bit of Tuesday. Remember, we did discuss the fact that being healthy is no longer a trend, it's a way of life. And so we must redefine the food market in terms of how we advertise. So we must advertise now for nutrients because persons are counting chemicals, they're counting nutrients, they're not just counting calories. So we understood that from the last class. So we need to say adios to counting calories and marketing food, and we need to shift to nutritional marketing. So the first one we looked at green and organic food, and you ladies were great. You remembered, you were able to recap it really well. Consumers are interested in sustainable and processed food choices. So if you have foods that fall into that category, you want to make sure you highlight that. Green and organic food, plant-based diets. What's the other one? You could go to the next slide, Latoya. I think we missed fortified food and drinks on the first slide. And of course, there's food as medicine. So your presentations today would fall under one of those categories, one or more. So remember, when you're presenting, you have to identify or rather indicate which category your presentation falls under, whether you choose labeling, blogging, whatever medium you choose. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one. Okay, next one. We're just going over the key parts. Okay, great. So effective nutritional marketing strategies. And you were able to recap it really well also. Messaging on food packaging. We spoke about labeling. Let's look at the other one because it's a quick recap. Next. Right, and at the last session, we discussed why it is important to indicate on the packaging what consumers want to increase as well as what they want to decrease. Gone were the days when we could just have plain packaging, plain labels, and expect persons to buy our food. They're going to buy the food from the person who has the labeling that they can read properly, and they're able to identify what is in the food product. Next slide, please. All health claims must be supported by science. Remember, we went through that as well. We have to make sure we're not fraudulent. We're not actually making fake claims. We have to make sure that our claims are true. So we have the general health claims, the functional claims, and we spoke about that one being a statement about the specific beneficial effects that the consumption of a particular food or food constituent has on normal biological activities. And we gave an example: consuming 7 grams of fiber from oatmeal promotes regularity. And then, of course, there's the even more specific disease risk reduction. Example: a healthy diet rich in vegetables and fruit may help reduce the risks of some types of cancer. Let's go to the next slide. And of course, we spoke about blogging, which we all understand what it is. You could put your videos, you can put a vlog, or you can write, or you can put photographs. You need to be informative, give as much information as you can, make sure it's clear and compelling. Facebook and YouTube blogs are very popular. Instagram does not really allow for blogging as much as those platforms. And we did also examine knowing which platform is best for your brand. Also knowing what to post on which platform. For example, Instagram, you can only post a minimum of 10 pictures per post. On Facebook, you can go up to 50. So there are certain restrictions. We know that stories are up to 30 seconds. Reels can be up to 90 seconds. So we have to do it within those parameters. Next slide, please. And of course, social media engagement. You're missing a huge opportunity if you're not on social media, because everyone is on social media these days, even grandmas and grandpas. So you want to ensure that you are utilizing Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp effectively. Next slide, please. Influencer marketing, choosing a local celebrity to represent your brand, probably giving them a free product or a free service, and have them come out, in the public forum and indicate to the public how this product helped them. Maybe it's a weight loss product. Maybe it's something that helped the hair grow. Could be one of your soaps that you made with your sea moss. Could be something that improved a skin condition, but you want to use this person who persons can identify with and persons kind of look up to and is quite popular, and they can actually promote your brand as well, nutritionally. Next slide, please. And of course, we spoke about the website, which a lot of persons do not do. I'm guilty of such. I don't have a website for my business, but I will have one next year. And I must admit that I'm also somebody who will quicker go onto Facebook and Instagram to check out a business before I go onto the website. But there are people who do like websites, and websites also are ideal for online ordering and booking and that sort of thing. Even if it's just a landing page, it is always a great idea to get a website to put your more in-depth content, like your recipes, nutrition stats, food information, behind the scenes, and so on. Next slide, please. All right, we also spoke about the categories of nutritional content, just pretty much so that you can have an understanding of who you're targeting, and you want to target as many persons as possible. You don't want to be too much of a niche. Even niche products are for everyone. For example, you know, I may be selling vegan products in a vegan store, but the truth is we all eat vegan. Okay, because the only difference between a vegan and an omnivore is their protein source. So basically, if you're not a vegan, you're still eating cucumbers and carrots, you're still eating rice and potatoes, you're eating oatmeal, you're eating oranges and avocados and mangoes and golden apples. These are all non-vegan, because these are all vegan, because they're not from an animal. So everyone is vegan. So a vegan brand is for everyone. And it's also a great opportunity to dispel the myth, because people would ask all the time, I don't eat vegan stuff, you know, I don't eat vegan food, but they don't think, oh, but I eat rice, I eat quinoa, you know, I eat sweet potatoes, I eat breadfruit. These are all vegan because they come from a plant and not an animal. So even a vegan or a plant-based brand can target everyone because everyone eats plants. Go to the next slide, please. All right, so before we go into the USB, I just want to ask quickly, because we're only going to be here until about 7, and then we start the presentations, or even before 7, actually, because we want to give time to the presentations. Do you have any questions from the last class? Is there anything that you want further explained or clarified, or anything that you did not quite grasp that you would like us to kind of go into before we move to the second part of the presentation, which is the USB? Anyone? All good? Okay, well, silence in the house, so it must be really good. So we're going to move to the unique selling proposition. Okay, right, so stop right here. Latoya, I want you to keep it like that, because I actually want to ask persons in the class. When you hear the term unique selling proposition, the phrase rather, unique selling proposition, what comes to mind? What do you think a unique selling proposition is?
It's a special, to me, it's a special way of presenting your product that is different from everybody else. Maybe the ingredients are unique as well. Yeah, I think that's it.
Sounds good. Good answer. Anyone else? What do you believe is the unique selling proposition? When you hear the term unique selling proposition, what comes to mind? In your own words, what do you think it is?
That thing that makes your product or service stand out to customers apart from everybody else.
Okay, good answer. All right, next person. What do you think unique selling proposition is?
I was about to say the same. The way you sell, it's different than the ordinary.
Okay. All right, sounds good to me. Next person.
Something that your competitor doesn't have.
Very good. Very, very good. Next person.
The way you present your goods and yourself.
The way you present, say that again.
Yourself and your goods.
And your goods. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Makes sense. All right. Anybody else?
Since it's a proposition, I am assuming that it's something like a marketing slogan that shows the distinctive features of your product or your goods.
That is part of it. That's a very good answer. That is certainly part of it. Thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate your feedback. Let's go to the previous slide, Latoya. Okay, so what is a USP? A USP is a unique selling point or a unique selling proposition. This is a marketing strategy that informs customers about how one's brand is superior to its competitors. Okay, and that's the important thing about a USP. It's more about how you stand out against your competitors versus the quality of your product in the market, or how you target your customers, or how you stand out to your customers, which is more along the lines of a value proposition. And I love what someone said. They said, it sounds like a slogan or something that kind of says what your business is about. So let me give you an example, right? A dance group has a slogan, and the slogan is anyone can dance. When you hear this, what do you think? When you hear anyone can dance as the slogan of a dance group, right? A dance group that, you know, holds classes for people and want people to come and learn how to dance. In fact, let's be more specific, a Latin dance group. The slogan is anyone can dance. What do you think about that? What does it say to you when you hear that slogan? What does it mean to you?
Dancing is not difficult.
One at a time, ladies. Go ahead, Janelle.
I can dance too.
Awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. Next person.
That they can teach anyone to dance.
Very good. Next person.
Regardless if I have rhythm or not, it is still a dance.
I love it. I love it. Very good. Anyone else?
They can train anyone to dance, no matter your age groups. They're catering for everyone.
Lovely. And guess what? All of you are 100% correct. Okay. I'm just loving your answers. So yes, when you hear anyone can dance, you think, don't even say I have two left feet, because you know persons like to say that, oh my God, I have two left feet, I have no rhythm. Don't even bother, because they've already said anyone can dance. Don't even say I'm too old, because they've already said anyone can dance. Don't think I'm too young, because anyone can dance. Don't think, oh, I'm a little overweight, I don't think I can dance, I'm too big. But you can, because anyone can dance. Don't think, oh my God, I don't think, I don't have the confidence, I don't think I have a rhythm, but anyone can dance. So basically, this slogan is a value proposition. It tells you in a very simple manner that it doesn't matter who you are or where you came from, or if you have two left feet or two right feet, if you're old, if you're young, if you're male, if you're female, if you're thick, if you're curvy, if you're slim, if you're tall, if you're short, it does not matter. You can dance. And that, of course, says we can teach you. So we can make a dancer out of you. So this is what a unique selling proposition is. It is something about your brand that makes your brand stand out to the competitor. It tells the world that this is what we have to offer. Maybe the other group can't teach everyone. Maybe they can only do young people, or maybe they can only do athletic people or persons, you know, whatever, but not us. We can do everyone. Anyone can dance. So this is what a USP is. It is understanding what makes your product superior than another. Example, organic versus non-organic. There's subtle differences. Use of conventional pesticides versus natural non-toxic pesticides. I'm sure you've eaten at restaurants and you would say that one restaurant is high end and the other one is, not all that. What differentiates the high end from the other? There are certain things, right? Maybe the service. Somebody meets you at the door, welcome you with a smile, bring you to your table. Perhaps at the other one, the servers kind of just ignore you. You have to be like, hey, look me over there. I need some attention. Maybe the other restaurant is crampy, crowded, and hot. The high-end restaurant is air-conditioned. The seats are spaced apart. There's some nice, soothing music in the background. You can have a conversation so you're more comfortable, you're not sweaty. Maybe the chairs aren't hard plastic. Maybe they're cushioned and soft or nice mahogany, whereas the other restaurant might have some hard plastic chairs. Probably one or two of them are rocking. It doesn't stand straight. So basically, when you talk about it, they're both restaurants, but there are differentiating factors, okay? So you have to understand how to position your products, and that will mean the difference between blending in, or standing out. For example, you're an agro processor, okay? You're growing cassava, you're making cassava cakes, cassava flour, cassava pudding. You have a competitor down the road who's also making products out of cassava. What differentiates you from them? Perhaps you should make something different. If they're making cassava cakes and if they're making cassava flour, maybe you should make cassava pancake mix. Maybe you should make cassava waffles. Maybe you should make cassava donuts or cassava bagels, cassava wraps that people can use to put stuff in. People who can't take gluten, who want to watch they don't want to eat grains, because cassava is not a grain. So rather than looking at another business and saying, you know what, she has a health store, I'm going to open a health store. And the health store you open is exactly the same as the lady down the road. How does a consumer choose between the two of you? What is different about you, what you're selling versus the other person who has the same product as you, that will attract someone and they'll say, oh, that's the difference. There's a clear difference. And I'm going to get Shafika's product because of that. I'm going to go and get Angeline's product or Alberta's product because of that. Okay. So a compelling USP should be assertive but defensible. It should be focused on what customers value, and it must be more than just a slogan, because it's not just, my slogan is food as medicine, but it's not just a slogan, and I will tell you why. Let's move to the next slide. So you have to ask yourself some questions. What is your mission? Why are you in business, or why do you want to go into business? Why do you want to grow and sell food products or make food products? Why do you want to do that? What products and services do you plan to provide, and what makes you better than your competition? You have to ask yourself those questions. Next slide. So in order to develop a unique selling proposition, first thing you need to do is make a list of all potential differentiators of the brand you sell and get specific. Think unique. Think products that people want, but they can't get anywhere. Breakout products like organic, vegan, mango, or passion fruit salad dressing. Ask yourself the question, can someone go anywhere on your island and buy vegan salad dressing? Someone who does not want eggs in their dressing, or they don't want milk in their dressing, or they don't want inflammatory vegetable oils in their dressing, because that's what you're going to get out there from Kraft and Thousand Island and Badia and all of those other brands. So ask yourself the question, what about the health conscious people? What about the people who can't eat those foods? Can I make a product like that? Okay, so I grow passion fruit, I grow mangoes, I sell passion fruits. Can I not make a vegan dressing? Nowhere else has this dressing, so it is unique. And then you use compelling nutritional marketing messages that are very precise, like vegan, no preservatives, raw, organic, no hydrogenated oils, no added sugars. So you don't want to open a business and you're ordering the same dressings that the store down the road has. You're like a carbon copy of the store down the road. You want to find ways that you can be different. Research the competition. Ask yourself the question, who are your competitors? What are their USPs? Look for gaps where you can potentially introduce your brand differently. And here's an example. Someone may be selling normal cake, traditional cake with bleached white flour. You may decide that you're going to sell a breadfruit or cassava gluten-free cake sweetened with coconut sugar. What is the difference? One, it does not contain bleached wheat, which is unhealthy, and they bleach it with all kinds of chemicals. It has a high glycemic index. It spikes your blood sugar. Refined cane sugar as well, high glycemic index, spikes your blood sugar, can lead to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, fatty liver. You know the story, right? So you want to make something a little healthier, and you also want to promote local. Wheat flour is not produced in your island, but cassava is grown in your island, breadfruit is, plantain is, banana is, and those flowers grow in your island. So what you can do is say, you know what? I'm not going to go and sell the same imported white flour cake that Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Joan, and Barbara, and Paulina, and Francilia sells. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make my cakes with local ingredients, use coconut sugar. It's going to be just as good. In fact, I'm going to make a fruit cake, and my fruit cake is going to have locally dried fruits. So this is your differentiating factor. You both may be selling a fruit cake, okay? But your fruit cake is superior and unique in the sense that you made it differently and everybody can eat it. Anybody can eat it, whether you're health conscious or not. But in the first instance, a diabetic cannot eat it in the wheat flour instance with refined sugar. But in your instance, a diabetic can. So both a diabetic and a non-diabetic can eat your product. So what you've done actually, you've expanded your customer grouping in terms of your potential for sales, because now you're catering to everyone plus the niche market, okay? So this is one example. When I was opening my business, I went to a lot of health stores on island and I looked at the products they sold. And one of the things I noticed is that there were a lot of supplements, vitamin B, vitamin C, minerals, thiamine, niacin, honey goatweed, all kinds of things, but in capsule form. I also noticed that the capsules did not have high herb concentrations and they contained a lot of proprietary ingredients, which I didn't want. If I'm going to buy dandelion, I only want dandelion or ashwagandha. I don't want ashwagandha plus tapioca starch, plus gelatin, plus hexane, plus maltodextrin, plus a whole list of other things. I just want ashwagandha. And so what I realized is every store I went to was supplement upon supplement upon supplement. Two things. One, the herb concentrations were very low. Two, most of the supplements were non-organic, which means that they were subject to pesticides and heavy metals. They were non-organic. They did not have the no non-GMO label. And in truth and in fact, if you wanted to buy this to treat a disease, you were not getting high enough concentrations. I was looking for pure organic herbs. I could not find 15 pure organic herbs. And this is what is most critical in healing. And so I said to myself, you know what? My business, we're not going to sell supplements. There are too many supplements on island, most of them low quality and not good. So I decided that I would become the herb center and decided to sell over 80 different brands of organic medicinal herbs. Can you get 80 different brands of organic medicinal herbs at any other health store on island? No, you cannot. But you will get over 80 different types of supplements at the other health stores. And that's okay, because there are people who will want the supplements. But I decided there are enough people offering supplements. I'm going to go for pure herbs and herbal extracts, okay? So this is an example of comparing your most unique angles. How are you different? I differentiated myself by doing something that no one else was doing. I also decided that my skin and hair care products are only going to be local and regional. So if it's from Dominica, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Barbados, locally I will sell it. But if it comes from the US or Canada or Europe or China or India, I do not sell it, because I'm a big supporter of all things local. And so I believe it's good for business, it's good for the economy, it's good for all of us. I prefer to give a local supplier my money than to give it to somebody overseas in another more developed country than mine. That is just my view. So I decided that my skin and hair care products are going to be 100% local and regional. So I've sold stuff from Dominica, I've sold stuff from St. Kitts, and of course from St. Lucia. This again is a differentiating factor, because you will go into the other health stores, you will get brands like Tom's deodorant, you will get those Castile soaps, you will get organic India, you will get some essential India, but you will not get a wide variety of local. So that's our speciality. So I said all of this to give you a clear example of what it is to research your competitor and look for gaps. Don't just open a business and just do what everybody else is doing. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Who am I trying to reach? How can I be different? Which angles are not tapped into? Which products are not being offered? And there is a need or a demand for those products. So when you compare your most unique angles against your audience needs, then you have a unique product. For example, do you see any areas that you can appeal to that your competitors do not have? In my case, it was not enough herbs and too many supplements. It was not enough local products. And I love local products because they have no parabens, no sulfates, no aluminum, no chemicals. And so I am biased. I don't buy any hair and skincare from the supermarkets, only from local suppliers. So I found the products to be superior And I find that, you know, we should be promoting that instead of, you know, a soap with 20 different ingredients, half of which we cannot pronounce, which can disrupt our hormonal system. Some of the ingredients and chemicals are carcinogens. So I decided, if my brand message is food as medicine, how then can I sell a soap with a carcinogen or a neurotoxin or an endocrine disruptor? And that is how your unique selling proposition, this logo, this brand message, get weaved into every aspect of your business. So if my logo is food as medicine, okay, food as medicine, but aluminum deodorants, food as medicine, but fluoride in toothpaste. You know what I mean? Food as medicine, but, you know, you're selling like white flour products or products with tons of refined sugar. It does not match. So your proposition has to be woven into every single aspect of your business. Here is an example. There is a local business down here called Mr. Sweets. Has become very popular overnight, very successful, loads of followers. Every time you go there, you would get people talking about them, people buying from them. And all they did that was different is that they decided to sell vegan ice cream. That's it. Okay? Everyone is buying from them. 90% of their customers are not vegan. But guess what? 90% of people of color are lactose intolerant. This is a fact. We don't do well with dairy. We have digestive issues. We get bloated, we get gas, because most of us do not have the enzyme, which is lactase, to break down lactose, which is the sugar found in milk. And that has to do with epigenetics. Our ancestors were not dairy farmers, so we did not evolve to have that enzyme. Whereas the Dutch people and some of the European persons whose parents and ancestors were dairy farmers and grew, you know, had cows and produced milk, they're not lactose intolerant, they're fine. But studies have found that people of color and Asians generally do not have lactase. And when it comes to digestion, enzymes are everything. Enzymes break down everything. Protease for protein, amylase for starch, lactase, everything needs enzymes. So what this man did, he said, okay, so everybody's just selling dairy ice cream. Most people don't even want dairy ice cream anymore. It doesn't go with them. They'll tell you, when I eat it, my belly, I have gas, Then you have persons who are health conscious and vegan. You have persons who are not vegan, but they want to avoid the mucus. They have children who are asthmatic. They want to avoid dairy. So this guy decided that he was going to open a ice cream business and sell non-dairy ice cream. And guess what? It is a hit. Additionally, he decided to substitute most of the traditional ice cream flavors for local varieties. So you will get things like breadfruit ice cream, dashing ice cream, golden apple, papaya. And it is so interesting and so different and refreshing and unique. And you know, persons like to try new things. So it's a hit. You go there, and when you bite into that golden apple ice cream, you can taste the freshness of a ripe golden apple, the juiciness of a ripe golden apple. It is delicious. Pineapple, mango. So he does not really promote flavors like blueberry. You know, he has chocolate and sea moss and a couple of those more traditional, but the bulk of his flavors are different versus another dairy company who has been in St. Lucia for over 20 years and has yet to produce one single non-dairy ice cream. So this is what I mean. Don't do what everyone else does and say, oh, well, that's what people want. People will not want what you don't offer, and you cannot sell what you do not have. Many people have said to me, vegan? Who going to buy this vegan stuff? Well, non-vegans, yeah, because everybody eats vegan. So it's a perception that they have because they don't see it or it's not available. It doesn't mean people don't want it. If I know a restaurant doesn't offer vegan stuff, why would I go there and ask for it? But if you sell it, if you bring it to the people, they will receive it. So you need to be creative when you're opening those businesses. Those of you with the backyard gardens who are interested in farming, or maybe you already have a farm and you're looking to see, okay, I want to be an agro-processor. I want to make things to sell. Be unique, be different. Look for what your competitor is not offering. So this is pretty much what it is about. Let's move to the next slide because let me check the time here. I don't want us to. Okay, great. So how do you write your unique selling proposition? Compile the data, take the information that you have learned and sift through it. And that requires planning. So you sit and you say, okay, these are the 5 farms, or these are the 6 persons who are selling whatever the businesses that I want to get into. Let me put this information down. Okay. What have I learned from my competitor? What am I going to do now? Am I going to do the same? That is why we have restaurants closing down within 3 months of opening, because everyone is opening and selling the same, you know, green fig, plantain, macaroni and cheese, lentils, red beans, and stewed chicken. And so they're not surviving because copycats of the other, okay? Unique selling propositions define your competitive edge. Now, let me just give you a few examples here, okay? So we have your unique selling proposition must be memorable. It must be tangible. So it has to be backed by everything you do. And that is why I said, for me, food as medicine means no chemicals in the products. Food as medicine means no plastic in the store, because plastic is toxic. Microplastics get into our food, they get into the environment, they get into our skincare products, they get into our water, they poison us, okay? So how can I say food as medicine is my unique selling proposition, but I'm selling juices in plastic bottles? It's kind of contradictory, huh? So of course, we use only glass. And of course, we use paper bags and not plastic bags. So I'm just using my business as an example to show you how it flows with the unique selling proposition. So let's take a look at FedEx. FedEx used to have a claim years ago, a tagline which said, it says, when it absolutely positively has to be overnight. Now, this is a bold claim because they're telling you, you're going to get it overnight, okay? So the boldness of the claim makes it memorable, because you're like, wow, these people not easy. They're actually promising to deliver overnight. Okay, that is a bold claim. So it makes it very memorable because FedEx promises that they can deliver the next day. So it's memorable. It is tangible because FedEx has the network and infrastructure to get the package to its destination in that time. And of course, it is customer focused because FedEx has found a unique part of its service that customers value. Customers appreciate that, okay, we can get it overnight. Now, they don't use that slogan anymore, but it was a good example of what a really strong, unique selling proposition, which is assertive, memorable, bold, and tangible, looks like, okay? And then there is a diamond brand that has a unique selling proposition. Let me see if I can get the tagline. I have it written down somewhere. They have this amazing tagline, or rather, when I'm looking for it, let's think of a leather brand that says that basically something to the extent that the leather will outlive you, okay? And again, it gives you the idea that you will die and that shoe is still going to be on your shoe rack. You know what I mean? So this is what you have to think of when you are doing your unique selling propositions. We have M&Ms, the milk chocolate that melts in your mouth, not in your hand. And that is special because we know chocolate melts, especially in high temperatures. But M&Ms coated their chocolates so that customers have the experience of having this melty, rich, delectable chocolate in their mouth rather than it melting in their hands. Here's the diamond brand. It's the De Beers, and it says a diamond is forever. And of course, diamonds are synonymous with love, okay, and with something that is long lasting and lasts through time. So diamonds are forever. So these are some of the examples. Of course, you would create your own unique propositions for your business. But remember, a proposition is not just about a tagline or a slogan that you use. That slogan or that tagline is embedded into every single aspect of your business. Let's move to the next slide, please. Okay, so why is a unique selling proposition important? It is important because in order for you to market your products nutritionally, these products that you have created, these products that you grow, that you will be selling, you also need to understand how you're going to position your products in the market. So what type of products are you going to be selling? How are they going to be different from your competitor? What makes them unique? What makes them stand out? You're selling CMOS, okay? Angeline is selling CMOS, Shafika is selling CMOS. What is the difference? What about Shafika's CMOS or her CMOS brand that stands out? It's all about how you position, how you market, and how you present. You'll find a bunch of customers buying from Shafika and they're not buying from Angeline. But why? They're selling the same things. And so that is where brand positioning comes into play, okay? Any questions on unique selling proposition before we go into the presentations, which is what we're really about for this class? Any questions, ladies? Everybody's good?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into these exciting presentations that I absolutely cannot wait to hear and see. Because we're going to do them and then we're going to discuss each one. So let's get to it, ladies. We're going to start with group 1. So you're going to come on, whoever the presenter is. When you come on, you're going to say what products you're doing or produce. You are then going to state which medium you're going to be using, labeling, blogging, social media, whatever. And then you're going to indicate which category it falls under. If it's food as medicine, fortified food and drink, vegan, organic movement, and that sort of thing. Okay, everybody's clear? Let's get to it. Group 1. Who's presenting for group 1?
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
I will be representing group 1 this afternoon.
Okay, Keisha.
Are Amanda Toppin, Juan Olivier, Pamela, Fiona, Natisha Lorraine, and Veltina Richards, and I am Keisha Franklin. The medium in which we are going to present our product will be via video, via Facebook, and other social media. It's an organic movement. Our product will be, our product is coconut oil. The name of our product is G1 Go, Grow, and Glow.
Could you repeat the name, Keisha? I didn't hear it proper. Could you repeat the name of your product?
The name of our coconut oil is G1 Go, Grow, Glow.
G1 Gold, Grow, Glow?
Go, G-O, Go, Grow, Glow.
Okay, Go, Grow, Glow.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. All right, go ahead.
So in order to promote our product, we compiled a video. And so just please sit back, listen, and enjoy. And we hope by the end of this promotional video, we'll be receiving hundreds of orders from you for our G1 100% Vincent Natural Coconut Oil. Or you can find our products in stores at Massey, Graves, Burnaby, and Randy's Supermarket. Latoya, could you share our video, please? Thank you.
G1 coconut oil. It's vegan, animal friendly, boosts your immune system, packed with vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin E. You can add it to your smoothies. It adds that extra to your cooking and baking. It's great for hair growth. Amanda uses coconut oil in her hair, and you can see the before and after pictures. Look at the length, the glow, natural beauty. It moistures and conditions the skin with its anti-aging benefits. It's perfect for a spa day or just a bad day. Contact us at 451155 or email us at gicoconut@vincisurf.com. Remember, Vinci's 100% all-natural coconut oil.
A brown skin, girl, I want wanna lock you in my arms and
Thank you so much.
Oh, Leslie.
Okay. That's your hair.
I love it. I love it. Let me. I want to order one. Can I get one? I want one.
Sure.
I want go and glow. Okay, I want one.
In cases.
Great job. I'm a little bit biased because I am a lover of coconut oil, a big lover. I use it for so many things. I oil pull with it every morning. I don't know if you guys are aware, but coconut oil is antimicrobial, it's antiviral, and it kills bacteria, and it is actually great to prevent tooth decay and to keep a healthy mouth. So I actually, it's one of my early morning routines. I put pure virgin coconut oil in my mouth and I squish it for 15 minutes. I set a timer and I do this every morning. I suppose it is contributing to the fact that I've never had a single cavity in 44 years. So maybe it does work.
It is. It's proven.
Yeah,
it's proven.
I love it. I
It's
put it on my
oil
lips, I
pulling.
put it in my hair, I put it in my salads. Yeah, it's oil pulling. So I'm kind of biased in a sense that I am a total coconut oil lover. But putting that aside, the present, first of all, I love the fact, Keisha, that you came on and you gave a little introduction, which is awesome because you know, you made it clear. You were like, okay, these are the group members. These are our categories. This is our medium. I love that little intro. It's, you know, almost like a narrator. You came there and you kind of like, you know, you're the presenter and then take it away, Latoya. Let's get the video up. So I liked that. Very clear and informative. And the product itself, let me just tell you, that little animal friendly with the little paw hand. I'm a huge animal person. I have 4 full babies. I love them. And that was so cute, you know, and just to add the animal friendly. And what I like about it as well, looking at the needs in today's market, a lot of persons are looking for things that are cruelty free. They want to know that no animals were harmed in making the products. You know, we're different, we're evolving. Caribbean people now, there are those of us who do not just tie our animals out in the yard. You know what I mean? So you put in this animal friendly component, which I totally loved. It was adorable. So these parts of the ad catered to something inside of you, like the animal lover. Then you had the beautiful skin, you know, with the hair growth, the before and after. And I loved how you put in that brown skin melanin kind of thing going on because it's a Caribbean product and you're advertising predominantly to Caribbean people. So she was there with her beautiful brown skin and showing the glow. And then in the end, you close up with that nice, easily recognizable song that everyone loves about a brown skin girl. And, you know, we are pretty much brown skin girls. So let me tell you, well done. Good job. Good job. I loved it. What did you guys think?
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it was actually
Yep. I agree. It was good. I mean, I feel really proud right now because you were able to apply, and that is the point of this course, so that at the end of it, you can go now and apply those messages to your products and your produce. Well done. Good job, guys. Let's move to the next group. Okay, group 2. Who's presenting for group 2? Is it going to be Jean Oliver?
No, I am group 1.
Okay, so calling group 2. Who's presenting for group 2? Latoya, do you remember who is the who are the members of group 2?
Well, they did not. I asked for the presenters earlier. Group 2 did not send me a presenter.
So can we move over to group 3 because I'm currently at another meeting. So I was thinking that I could have got the presentation done and then resume my next meeting.
Okay, so what you're saying, Joyella, you want to do it after, yeah?
Yes, group 3.
Okay.
We're group 3.
Okay, go ahead, group 3. We will give, but you guys should have been ready, in the correct order, but we will allow it. Let's let group 3 go ahead and then we'll come back to group 2. Group 3, are you ready?
Okay, so I'm currently sharing my screen. I'm hoping that everyone is seeing.
Yes, we are.
All right, so I just went ahead and got into application my photoshopping
Just
skills.
1 second. Who am I speaking? The name, sorry?
This is Joella Roberts.
Also, Joella,
Group
you
3.
going ahead. Oh, group 3. Okay, so let me
Yes.
just take a note. Group 3, Joella. All right. Okay, so go ahead and tell us your category, your segment, and all of that.
Okay, so we looked at several different items, and we narrowed it down to the almond. In this one, I literally created like a small blog that can be used on either Instagram
Hold
or
on, Joella. Hold on.
Facebook.
Joella, 1 second.
Yes.
Before you get to the product, you need to list your segment. What method are you using and what segment does your product fall under? Is this a social media post? Is this a YouTube video? Is it a reel? Is it a TikTok, a little TikTok video? What is it? What medium are you going to be putting this out on?
Okay, so this is actually a projection of something that we thought that would be a fantastic idea. And this actually can be posted on Facebook. So we're gonna use the social media platform.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
And which segment does it cater to?
So we are looking at all ages.
No, I'm talking about the segments that you learned in nutritional marketing. Is this fortified food? Is this food as medicine? Is this plant-based? Is it green and organic? Which of the movements does this product fall under? Because remember, you have to state that before you actually go and talk about your product. This was the first part of the presentation. What medium and what marketing segment it falls under. Yeah?
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. Okay, so for the segment, it falls under all natural. So we're looking at organic food or natural food.
So is this an organic product?
Yes, it is an organic product.
Okay, so organic. And is that the only segment it falls under? Because remember, there's organic, there's food as medicine, there's the plant-based or vegan, there is fortified food and drink. Sometimes a product can fall under more than one category.
Multiple, yes.
So which categories does this product fall under? Just organic?
So we have plants, organic, all natural, not necessarily food as medicine.
So is this a plant-based product? Because you need to go with the categories in nutritional marketing. Okay, plant-based. Plant-based.
Yes.
Okay, so it falls under organic and plant-based, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now you can move along with the product.
All right. So we dubbed it Crunching Fiber. And it caters for all ages. So whether it's a child to an elder, it's an all-natural bar that has a powerhouse of nutrients. And we thought about putting the nutrition contents at the back of the packet. So these are just some of the nutrients that you'd find inside of the packet. Now, we began brainstorming a lot, and we didn't only want to keep it as almond bar, the tropical almond bar, because we have tropical almond here in St. Vincent. So we thought about a combination of almond and sweet corn as a combo bar, and the sweet corn by itself. During brainstorming, some other ideas came up where we were thinking about adding different flavors to it. So we had the basil, drizzled, peppermint, cinnamon, nutmeg, and I know for certain that some kids, they love spicy stuff, things that are really hot. So we thought about a dash of cayenne pepper inside of this bar to have on the go. We looked at some of the nutritional values as somebody who's consuming it. For the consumer, we say that we would highlight that it lowers blood pressure, the blood pressure level, cholesterol, and it's also insulin resistant. So because it was just put together and a quick mop up, this is just what we have in store for now.
Okay. Just bring it back up again. I want to see what you have below. You had lower blood pressure, lower insulin. What's these? Had something else. I want to read it. So scroll up. Up again. 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 Right. Okay. Thank you. Is that all for you, Joya? Joyelle?
Yes, that's all. Yes.
Okay, just stay on and keep the product on the screen, okay? All right.
Okay.
So I have a couple of questions for you and a couple of comments. And of course, the persons in the group, you're also free to make your comments, suggestions, and so on. Just raise your hand so I can call you, but I'm going to start with mine. Okay, just a few things. First off, when I look at the presentation, the picture, everything, it does not qualify as a social media post, first of all, because this is just a picture of 3 bars with the nutritional content and so on. So I believe that your presentation, Joyella, falls under labeling. This does not fall under social media, because what you have here is a really good demonstration of a label, but you cannot take this as is and put on social media. It is not a social media post. It is not crafted like a social media post, okay? Because the social media post will not have calories, carbs, protein, fat, and saturated fat listed like that. It's not crafted like a social media post. So to me, it looks more like a label, which is fine, because that is a segment. So I think maybe there was a little lack of clarity, probably with your group, in terms of what the medium was, because I noticed it wasn't highlighted initially, and I believe that social media would be the wrong medium for that product. That looks like a labeling presentation. That's one. Secondly, I listen to you, but I still have no understanding of what kind of bar it is. Is it a candy bar? Is it an energy bar? Is it a cereal bar? That's one. Secondly, or thirdly rather, it says basil, peppermint, cinnamon, nutmeg, cayenne pepper. Okay, pick me up almond bar, pick me up almond and sweet corn, pick me up corn bar. So are you saying that this bar does not contain any grains? It's just made with almond meal? Is that what you're saying? Joyella? Joyella?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I asked you if the bar does not contain any grains, and I asked what type of bar is it? Is it a cereal bar? Is it a candy bar? Is it a breakfast bar? Is it an energy bar? Is it a protein bar?
Okay, so it's meant to be a breakfast bar, and oh, I forgot to mention how it's actually prepared.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. There are a lot of there's a lot of missing segments. That's why I'm asking those questions. Does the bar contain
Yes,
it's a
that's
breakfast
true.
bar? Does it contain any oats or any grains? I notice it says it's called crunching fiber, right? And it says pick me up almond bar.
Right.
What is the fiber source in the bar?
So in the original preparational stage, we're looking at grounding the almond and incorporating some grains inside of it.
Well, that's the thing. The label you just showed me here and your
Yes.
entire presentation does not indicate that. It does not say what the ingredients are. It says basil, peppermint, cinnamon, nutmeg, cayenne, a drizzle or a dose,
Right.
but it doesn't actually tell me whether this bar is grain-free, whether it's gluten-free, what ingredients it contains, does it have oats?
Right.
Because it says fiber, but I'm not seeing at the front here what the source of fiber is. Pick me up almond bar sounds like maybe an almond brittle or maybe a healthy fat, because almonds are a good source of
Right.
healthy fats and protein. So it seems more along the line of fat and protein. But then it's called crunching fiber. So you see where the conflict is. So it's, I mean, this is a great
Yes.
labeling
Yes.
presentation, but it's missing, for example, where's the ingredient list? Yeah. Does it contain sugar or not?
Yes. No sugar. It's sugar free.
It doesn't say that though. I don't see it anywhere on the bar.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so you get where I'm coming from, yeah? It's a learning experience. It's all good.
Yes.
That is how you learn what you're missing and what you need to do. So we need more information, ingredient list. If you're going to pitch it as a fiber, crunching fiber is actually cute. It's a nice way to put it across. You need to
Right.
clearly show how much fiber. And the bar should say 7 grams of fiber, 8 grams of fiber, 6 grams of fiber, whatever, or high in fiber. And
Yeah.
you need to list the ingredients because we need to see where the fiber is coming from. You understand? So that's missing.
Yes.
It says lower blood pressure levels, lower cholesterol, insulin resistant, but I don't see from watching at the bar in your presentation how any of what you presented there can possibly do that. And you did indicate at the start of your presentation that it is not food as medicine, but then you went on to state medicinal or nutritional benefits. So which is it and how does it do that? What ingredients in there helps to lower cholesterol and lower blood pressure levels? Do you get where I'm coming from, Joella?
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, the other members of the group, can you guys kind of give your feedback? The other members of group 2 or group 3, sorry. Can you just say like what are your thoughts? Because I mean you all would have had to get together to do the presentation. What are your thoughts on what I just said, what was presented, and the changes that were recommended?
Yes, we do agree with a lot of what you just said, and it does fall on the labeling. Instead of the social media, it's more of a label.
Yes.
And a lot of the information is missing, as you said.
Okay.
So we need to do some polishing up.
Yes,
and
but it looks nice. It
the
does.
sweet corn is a good source of like the fiber, etc. So we have to highlight
Not really, to be honest, because a lot of the fiber in corn is indigestible. It's not bioavailable. So if you want, that is why when people eat corn, I'm sure a lot of you may have had the experience. Stool tells you a lot about what, how your body breaks down food. I'm sure you guys have seen the grains of corn in your stool. Yeah. So corn is not something that you break down very easily as you think. But in terms of a fiber source, we're looking, and it's only in what I'm seeing, sweet corn and sweet corn, and this one says almond. But a fiber source would be some type of high fiber grain like oats or amaranth or quinoa or something like that. Quinoa is not a grain, it's a pseudo grain, but there's both protein and fiber. But certainly corn in itself, especially when grinded into a flour, corn can be high glycemic, to be honest, which kind of goes against the insulin message. That is why even when I look for gluten-free products, I look for things that do not contain corn or cornstarch. So yeah, so a little tweaking, but I'm looking at it from the front and it looks very professional, like a nice professional labeling for a cereal bar. But just a bit of information missing, and you want to add certain things, source of fiber. You want to put breakfast. If it's a breakfast bar, you put breakfast bar or cereal bar. If you want to pitch it as a protein bar, and instead you want to just do almond with quinoa and other high protein stuff, maybe protein powder, whatever, then you can have them as different things. You can have the almond one as a protein bar, and you can have the sweet corn and oats as a cereal bar. And then you can have pick me up almond and sweet corn with oats and hemp and you know, maybe some other little dried fruits and stuff as an energy bar. So there are so many different ways that you can pitch it, but the idea is a good one. I love the whole concept of incorporating local almonds, which are actually very different from the imported ones. I love that. I don't see enough of products with local almonds. And the locally grown corn as well, which is non-GMO and not subject to pesticides, is a good thing, since most of the corn in the world right now is both GMO and treated with a lot of pesticides. So the concept is good. The look at the front, very classy looking. It looks like a high-end product. You just need to tweak around, make the little changes, and it will be perfect. Okay, guys? Good job.
Thank you.
Good effort. Thank you.
Yes, that was a good experiment. And it was actually composed under 50 minutes, mind you.
I know, because just one day in between.
Given that I am a classroom teacher and I'm also a sports coordinator, hence the reason for, you know, I'm currently at a sports meeting.
I do understand the busy schedules, and I appreciate the effort. All right, so let's go to the other group.
Yes.
So far we have seen the coconut oil one, which is the social media video, which was, you know, awesome. Actually want one of the coconut oils. And now we saw labeling. So we've seen 2 mediums. Let's see if we're going to see some other ones in the other presentations. Okay, next group, please. Group 3.
That was group 3. That was group
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was actually group 3. So group 2
We have
or group 4.
4 and 5 to go.
2 is still not ready. Okay, group 4 then. Group 4.
Okay, great. Organic agri, we are gonna use, first of all, we're gonna do a media presentation to basically sensitize the public of our product, turmeric ginger tea with cinnamon. And then we are gonna formulate it into a flyer, and part of it, our label.
Okay, so what does it fall under? Labeling and what else? The media presentation is for what? Is it for YouTube, social media, the TV?
The TV, media presentation.
So that is a television ad?
Yes, it's the launch of the product. So it would be like a presentation for our launch.
I understand what you're saying, but is this designed for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or television? You said television.
Television.
Okay. Television. So it's a video.
No, it's not a video. It's like it flashes. It would run.
And and it has a voiceover?
No.
And it's okay. All right. Well, let me look at it and then I'll give my feedback. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the product is.
I'm sorry, what category, what segment does it fall under?
Food is nutrition.
Food as medicine.
Food as medicine.
Just that?
Yes.
Only?
Yes.
Okay. No problem. Go on.
Okay. So the big spark to health and wellness, brighten your days and shake off the rust with a zesty cup of turmeric ginger tea with a dash of cinnamon. And then we have, you know, a little bit of history there. Turmeric and ginger have been consumed for thousands of years. Together, they become a unique and dynamic duo. Blend with cinnamon gives you superiority. And then we went into the health benefits of turmeric ginger with cinnamon, anti-inflammatory properties, digestive health, antioxidant effect, immune system support, blood sugar regulation, cognitive health, and the nutritional value. We have it there as contains dietary fiber, vitamin C, that is the turmeric, vitamin B6, iron, potassium, and manganese. Then we have the value of the ginger and the cinnamon. And we went ahead and put the supplement facts, and we are organic as well. That's it. Hello?
Okay, thank you so much. Go back to the very first part of the presentation, the first slide. Okay, so just a few notes. I do not believe that this falls under the category of television, because typically a television ad would not be just a slide with words. So when persons are watching television, it's moving pictures in terms of video or some kind of voiceover that would say something to people. But you typically would not get a television ad which is not a video, or at least something that there's some voice behind it saying turmeric and, you know, organic agri turmeric and ginger tea with cinnamon brightens up your day, whatever. You get where I'm coming from. Somebody would not just sit in front of a screen and just watch that. However, it makes a great YouTube or Instagram or Facebook post with some music at the background or a voiceover. And now, I mean, it's very easy to do voiceovers on social media. Now you just use AI. You simply say what you want to say and you record it, or you type it in and a voice says it for you, an artificial intelligence generated voice. So at least there would be some kind of voice. That is why you would see the influencers sometimes they're posing, they're working out, but they're not actually talking, but there's a voice saying, you know, I woke up this morning and I had 26 grams of protein. This is my breakfast. Then I went to the gym, and you're seeing them doing all of these things, but they're not actually speaking. So it would definitely work better with a voice and some music to make it more catchy and to keep people's attention to watch it. And typically television would be 30 to 60 seconds, but I can see this working out really nicely on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. So I just wanted to make that note. When it comes to television, you want to kind of follow certain guidelines. A catchy 30-second video or catchy 60-second video is more like a television thing. I love the fact that you actually did two mediums. You did a post that can work on social media as well as a label. So I have to give you guys a major kudos for that, because you actually demonstrated two areas, which is great. So you did a little extra. Okay, go to the other slide. All right, so of course, this is very relatable. It is something that we all can relate to. We all know about turmeric. We're from the Caribbean. It is something that we're familiar with. It is something that we have consumed at one point or another. Ginger as well, and cinnamon too. So it says a zesty cup, so I'm presuming that this is a tea. Go to the next slide. Okay, the next one, the benefits, wonderful. Okay, all right, so here is another thing. I looked at all three slides, I listened to the presenter, and I don't know if this is a tea bag or if it's a powder or if it's some dried herb that I have to steep. What form does it come in? Can you tell me?
A tea, bottled. There it is.
Oh, so it's a bottled tea, so it's an iced tea.
Yeah, you can use it hot, you can warm it.
That should have been said in the presentation or somewhere on the slide. You can warm it. So
yeah, and you can drink it cold.
Okay, so that is something that you would want to tell people, that it is a tea that can be consumed hot or cold. And of course, when you see typically, and I'm sure everybody else in the group would agree, when you hear tea, what do you think of? A tea bag, right? You think of a dried herb that you steep, something that you boil or you pour hot water over. You don't think something cold in a bottle. Now, this bottled product, is it refrigerated? Is it sold refrigerated?
No, I don't know.
That's the thing. So you have to think about all of those things in terms of your product development, because it's the ingredients and the look of it, it almost looks like an immunity blend or an immunity juice or something that would require refrigeration. Because if you're talking turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, unless you add some preservative and stabilizer, or you boil it, you make it into a tincture or some kind of concentrated tincture that you can keep out of the fridge, you would need to determine how are you going to store this. Now, another thing I noticed as well, you have organic turmeric, you have ginger, you have cinnamon, but you are missing black pepper, which the curcumin in turmeric, which is the active ingredient, which is anti-inflammatory, anti-thrombotic, anti-cancer, and all of these wonderful properties, it is not very bioavailable to the human body. And to increase the bioavailability, you need to pair it with a little black pepper. Hence the reason when I make my immunity blends for the store, which comprises turmeric, ginger, lime, garlic, I put a little bit of black pepper in it. So it's just a note that the black pepper, even when you go on Amazon or these vitamin sites, you may see turmeric supplements, and you would see black pepper as an ingredient. That is for absorption. So just a point that anytime you're selling products with turmeric, you want to activate it with the black pepper. So just that, just to be clear on what type of product it is, it's a little ambiguous because tea, but not hot, tea, but not a tea bag, tea, but not a dried herb, tea, but not a powder, tea in a breakable bottle, which you can boil or you can serve cold, storage, refrigerated, not refrigerated, things like that. You want to be very clear on what you are selling so that there is no question after someone watches your ad and they're like, but what exactly is it? So if you want to call it a tonic, or you want to call it a drink, a turmeric ginger drink, so that way you can say, this is a turmeric, ginger, cinnamon drink that can be consumed hot or cold. Drink makes it more general. You understand? So these are some of the things that you have to consider when you're developing a product and how you're going to pitch that product, because persons think of practicality. Okay, I buy this, I keep it in the fridge. Do I dilute it? Do I just pour it in a pan and warm it on the stove? Do I just drink it as a juice? All of those things. So these are just, what I saw. In terms of the look of the label, looks really good. Again, what you're showing in the label is different from what you showed on the first screen, because here you're showing a mug of tea and you're showing a powder coming out of a canister or something. Okay, so I see it's almost like what I'm looking at like two different products. You know what I mean? I'm looking at a powder and I'm thinking maybe organic agri is powdered turmeric ginger tea with cinnamon. But it's not a powder.
It's
right, but it is not a powder. It comes it's a liquid in a bottle. Now, if it was a powder and you're saying that it can be dissolved in hot water or dissolved in cold water and consumed as a juice, that is clear and I can understand that. But you're actually saying that it is a liquid in a bottle. You get where I'm coming from? But if it's a powder, that's brilliant and that's clear. You prepare your powder as you choose, with hot water or with cold water. My dilemma is the fact that you're pitching it as a bottled product. You understand?
Understood.
Yes, but as a powdered product, this would be brilliant because you just take your teaspoon, you dissolve in water. You add sweetener if you want to, you don't add sweetener if you don't want to, or you know what? You mix it up in cold water, you add some ice, maybe a little agave, maybe even a little lemon, and you make an iced tea. So, yeah, just an idea.
We can do it as powder. That sounds reasonable.
Yes,
better.
That would work really well. But aside from that, it looks very professional. I love the label. I love the little organic part. I love the relatable ingredients, using what you grow, what you have. And yes, it would make a great social media post. That would be all from me. But good job, well done, and kudos to you guys for doing 2 mediums. Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get to the next group.
We have
so we can see you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, yes.
All right, thank you.
All right.
So continue.
So we know smoothies and tea are fast becoming a favorite trend and treat for persons enthroned with their health and wellness, and a must in diet plans. Nature's Gem bring to you 4 fortified, powerful, organic plant-based medicinal products that speaks to the nutritional needs of all individuals. We bring to you beetroot powder, ginger powder, and of course our Power Green packs, moringa powder, and kale powder. Our unique method of powderizing our organic plant is guaranteed to give you the nutrients as if it is used in its raw stage. We focused on labeling as a nutritional marketing medium as a priority to meet market standards and for certification of our products. We are ready to sell, so we are positioning to start sales upfront with a catch this season. Our labels will provide our contacts, nutritional information, and of course, I am pleased to invite you to our product launch on December 2nd at the Ministry of Health's car park, Kingston Bay Street. You can't afford to miss this. There will be sampling, giveaways, and of course, you will be able to see our products and hands-on use of how you can incorporate these in your meals. Our products, are packaged in glass bottles with convenient biodegradable refill packages as well. Thank you and see you on December 2nd, 10 a.m. sharp. That's it for Nature's Gem. And here we have.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, so you can proceed now with your product presentation.
Right. So here we have the kale powder label, and it outlines to you the nutritional, our ingredients, which is organic grounded kale, and it outlines that it's nutrition rich, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, no additives. Try to be as pure as possible, keeping it as a 100% organic product. And then you see the nutritional content, the medicinal properties, date of packaging, expiry date, and it shows that it's a sustainable product of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And you see the recycling. We are encouraging that in providing the glass bottles and the our package. But of course, you would have to be at our product launch on December 2nd, so you can get a more feel as to and experience our product. Okay, so come out to Nature Gems product launch on December 2nd for more. So this is our beetroot. Again, it outlines everything on the labels. Sorry about that. Yes. And then ginger, which is a popular spice. And it's also excellent for pairing with, like for instance, turmeric. So Giselle, you can also use some of our products in that our ginger can be incorporated with your turmeric drink. And then we have the Tree of Life Moringa, which is an excellent organic powerhouse, one of our green pack, along with kale. So there you have it. Nature's Gems powder rice pack. for your convenient use. Again, I invite you, don't you miss our product launch on December 2nd. Okay? Thank you, everyone, on behalf of my group.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the first label, the very first label, right? The moringa powder. I think that's what we started with kale powder. Okay, I love this in the sense that this idea is actually quite genius, and there's so much you can do, because anytime you're going to take a seasonal produce, and I say seasonal because kale is not really seasonal. You can grow it all year round. But in St. Lucia, it's seasonal because you can get it sometimes and you can't get it sometimes, you know? I guess it depends on different factors with the farmers, yeah? But the idea that you can preserve something that you will need all year round, which is high nutrients, and use it when it's not available. For example, okay, so I can't get kale in the supermarket or from the farmers. I can put kale powder in my smoothie, or I can put kale powder in my soups. And that is really a great idea. And because it's dried and powdered, it is even more concentrated. So you have to use less of it than actual kale. So this is, you know, right now it's all about high nutrients. How much nutrients can you get out of your food? Nutrient density. And to be able to have those powders that you can add to your smoothies, add to your soups, when the actual kale is not readily available, the fresh kale, I think it's brilliant. I love it. The label looks great. I love the information. You know, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, no additives. I love the fact that you gave ideas of how people can use it. Okay. Smoothies, shakes, baked goods, sprinkle on salad, soups. Love it, love it, love it. And then, of course, you have your contact information. You have all the vitamins it contains, the medicinal properties, your expiry date, sustainably sourced. So I guess it's probably going to be in some nice craft packaging, you know, the paper packaging, no plastic to destroy the environment. So I love it. Looks great. The concept, and as a label, that is the perfect category for it. Lovely label. I wish I could actually see the bottle with the powder, because I think it would look awesome, but this is really nice. Let's move to the next one. And I see you have Mighty Green. I love that little, you know. And then for the, I mean, a lot of creativity and thought went into it. You have your moringa powder and you have Green Wonder. I love that, you know. And moringa is just this amazing superfood. The only thing that I would have loved to see included, I see you put the nutritional content, proteins and amino acids, but I would love to see you play a bit more on the protein theme. And the reason, a lot of persons do not know that moringa is a pure protein. And by pure protein, I mean it's a complete protein with all the essential amino acids, all of them, not some, all. And so if you want, you could use it as a protein source. So for example, if you want to make a high protein drink, moringa can be your protein source. And then, of course, there's the chlorophyll that moringa contains that does so much, you know. I don't see chlorophyll listed in the ingredients. I do see the protein, but I love all the medicinal properties, lowering blood sugar, cholesterol. This is spot on, okay? Anti-cancer. And I love the little, I don't know if you want to call it a tagline or the little categorizing name, Green Wonder. So I can't wait to see the one on the other one. Let's move to the next one. Organic gold. I love it. Who thought of that? Was it you, Phyllis, or somebody in the group? I love it.
I was just waiting for that to big up Natalie, Constance, and Patrice.
Okay.
They did an excellent job, and I want to thank them on behalf of the other group members.
You go, ladies. You did a good job. You put some creativity into that. So this is organic gold, and of course we know ginger is like a, you know, it can qualify as gold. It's a kind of goldish brownish color. So this is really awesome. And of course they follow the same, you know, uses, where you can get it, the nutritional content, medicinal properties, beautiful. Let's move to the next one. Beetroot powder, Nature's Heart. Not bad at all, because, you know, beets, all of the nitrous oxide plants are great for blood flow and the heart. And well, red food is good for the heart because, you know, all the different foods have pigments, and those pigments tell you what they're good for. And everything that's red is actually very good for the heart. So this is spot on. And again, organic, your information here, your medicinal properties, your nutritional content. Lovely. Okay, so I absolutely love it, ladies. I think you did a great job. I love the creativity. I love the little those little words that you put there that kind of give people, because you see, when you're doing a label, when you're marketing something, you want persons to be able to just see it and understand what it is right away. You don't want them trying to guess what exactly is that. I'm kind of confused. It's a little ambiguous. You know, where does it fall? When you look at these labels, there is no confusion. You know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly what to expect. You understand how it works. And you even get some tips or ideas in terms of what you can do with it because you have your little serving suggestions. So well done, ladies. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. Is this something that you are selling right now, Phyllis, or you plan on selling, or it's just an idea?
Well, group 5, we hope that we'll be able to get some funding. It's a simulation product, but some of my group members indicated that they were interested in producing this. So Latoya, maybe if we can get some
let me know when you
grants,
do. I would
we
love
will
it at
do it.
Healing Foods. I mean, it's a great product, and I would prefer to buy it from, you know, a regional a sister island than to buy it from the US or other places. I've seen those powders produced internationally. Amazon has them. A lot of those you know, supplement companies sell them, but to have one that is Caribbean produced is absolutely awesome. So hey, if you ever you know, get it done, let me know. I would love to have a product like that at the store.
Okay, and you will come to the launch, right?
Is the launch going to be in St. Lucia? We'll see. We don't know. I don't know. I might have to attend virtually. All right.
Yeah.
Good job, ladies. Well done. All right. So let's move to group 2, which I believe is the final group for the night, and we're at 7:46 p.m. So we are right on time to end at 8. So take it away, group 2.
Hello. Hello.
Hi,
good night.
Right. Good. And you could hear.
Yes.
So I have terrible internet problems. I don't know what is going on, but I'm going to try to get through this quickly. Our group is number 2, and our medium is labor, and this segment is plant-based. I would have put the label in the chat for the Zoom meeting, and it's also in the chat for the WhatsApp group. So let's get into that. So our business name is The Farmer's Best. We're doing cassava wafers. It's 100% natural, gluten-free, and high fiber. It's basically just cassava.
Hi, Ronita, can you just free up your video so we can see you since you're presenting?
No, I ain't had no clothes.
you
Hello?
Okay.
Yes, please.
You didn't know you were presenting tonight, Ronita?
No, please. And I was in the all they went CMOS, and I have to go back downstairs to get them sorted. So I'm really not prepared for this. Yes, please. The label is in the chat. The nutritional value is mainly for celiac people who have, you know, lactose intolerant, who have gluten intolerant, and that sort of thing. Is basically for everybody. You can use it however you wish. We didn't get to put all that information on the back label. As I said, I was busy today, and that's basically it.
Okay, so this is a label. And it is cassava wafers, yeah? Can this be expanded, because I can barely see what's on there. I want to see it more clearly. So we have cassava, water, and salt. So this is a label, just that's the label that's going to go on the package. Okay, 100% natural. What does it say underneath there? Gluten-free? Can you tell me what it says under there? Is that gluten-free? Because I can't read it.
Yes, it says gluten-free, 100% natural, and high fiber.
High fiber. So that's what's at the bottom there, in the little roundish kind of thing.
Yes, it is.
All right. And okay, when you say cassava wafers, I'm trying to figure out, if I go into the supermarket and I see this cassava wafers, like I have no, what do I do with it? Like what
Okay, so
is it like a biscuit? Is it like a bread?
You can use it as a bread, like a bread or a biscuit.
So why wafers though? Why did you choose wafers? Because wafers is something that's kind of unrelatable, in the sense that when you think of a wafer, you think of this crispy, sweet, biscuity looking thing that has a cream in the middle. We can relate better to bread, pancake, waffle, you know, that type of thing. Why wafer? Why did you call it a wafer?
Because the way how we made it, it's made to melt in the mouth when you put it in there to eat, just like a wafer.
Okay. You would describe a wafer as melting in the mouth?
Yeah, for me.
A wafer is something crispy that you have to chew.
Yes,
it's not
it
really
is crispy, but because it has this sugary thing on the inside, if you just let it, let it stay there, the saliva would help to just melt it down. It just dissolve, and then you have to chew after.
Okay. I don't think it's that I don't think a wafer is synonymous with something that melts in your mouth, but like a chocolate would, or something soft. However, for me, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because when you're launching a product or you're selling something, you have to look at your culture, you have to look at your demographic, you have to look at your people, you have to look at what is relatable. And a wafer, when it comes to I know in other cultures, like for example, I've seen in Mediterranean and Italian cuisine, they do use wafers, and it's something that they can easily recognize and know. It's just like making a corn product and saying corn tamale. It's really more like a Spanish food. And so Caribbean people from an English speaking or French speaking background may not quite understand it off the bat. So the reason I'm saying this is because when you're selling something, you want it to be kind of clear what it is. You don't want people to have to guess, because when they have to guess, it might be what prevents them from purchasing the product, because they're like, what do I do with that anyway? What is that? Cassava wafer for what? Like, they will pass on and maybe go and pick up the cassava bread. Or if it said cassava cracker, everybody understands a cracker. Caribbean people are big cracker people. They do cricks and all of that. But when it's a wafer, Caribbean people understand a wafer as, you know, what sells in the supermarket as a wafer, not necessarily something savory. So you just want it to be something that they can easily understand, so because it would increase your potential of selling that product. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to get behind. Okay, why wafer? So is it a crunchy thing? Is it a crunchy item?
It all depends on how you want to make it. It can be crunchy, it can be lightly soft.
So is it a mix, or is it an actual baked and prepared product?
It is baked.
Okay, so it is a final product. It's not something that you're preparing. So what determines whether it is soft or crunchy if it's already prepared in a package for you to purchase? It comes either crunchy or either soft. Do you eat it as a bread, as a cracker, or do you put stuff on it like peanut butter? How does it work?
Anybody else want to answer?
Yes, other people from the group can assist.
Yes, you can use it as a cracker with soup.
If you want to use it with salsa, or you can use it with any, yeah, like you said, it could be like a cracker and it could be like the bread itself, because there are two different ways I saw it served. So there is one really thin, like a cracker, that when you know, like you have a tortilla that is crispy. So when you hold it, it break up in your hand and you can do your dip with it. And there's the other one that look on the package itself. It's a little thicker. It can get softer. Like one person was saying, you can put it in liquid and then you do it like a French toast or something.
Yes. Okay, I got you. You're trying to say that it's a versatile product, but my concern is that the label does not reflect that. If you look at the previous group's label, because you see, when you're selling something with a name like a wafer, you need to kind of nudge people in terms of telling them what they can do with it and what it is. It's kind of it could be a little confusing or ambiguous. Now, if you had put a label that says, if you had probably not named it a wafer, maybe a cracker or some other thing, persons could more relate to it. They instantly, once you hear a cracker, you know what to do with a cracker. You could put a cracker in milk and eat it as a cereal, or you can add cheese, you can add jam, you can eat it dry. So it would kind of like help you right away in terms of the uses. There's no need to define what you do with a cracker. But a wafer, it's a little, you know, it's a little more confusing. So I think it's not a bad idea if you want to put more information, or you can just change the name and make it more direct and clear so persons know exactly what is in there. But the concept of a cassava cracker is a nice one. There's actually a company here that sells cassava crackers, and they do different flavors like cumin, you know, salted, and they're actually quite nice. So I mean, it's something that you can definitely pitch. I like the fact that it's locally made and local ingredients. My thing would be more information and even about the product itself. I just see 100% natural. I see gluten-free. So it's not an organic product, is it?
Natural.
But is it organic? Natural does not mean organic. Is it organic?
Well, I know it's plant-based. I know one of the ladies in the group wanted to do like a barcode, she said something, and then she would have like other information, recipes on how to use it and all that, but we didn't get around to
doing it. Okay, because you did say it falls under all categories, but it does not fall under green and organic because it does not have organic written on the package. Because you cannot have a package without organic and then tell people it's organic.
Excuse me, please. I did not put organic because in one of our same sessions here, we were told that we can't. Sometimes we say stuff are organic and they're not organic. So
yeah,
I'm
I
keeping
agree.
away from the organic until we could scientifically prove that it's organic.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I understand that you learned that some things are organic and some are not, but clearly, however, if you have an organic product, you can say it's organic, and there are persons who grow organic products following strict organic standards, and if you sourced your products from them and you prepared it, to ensure that none of the, because there are products that are sold locally approved by the Bureau of Standards, and it says grown under strict organic conditions. So I get what you're saying. Not everything is organic, obviously, but if you have an organic product, you should say on the label that it's organic. That's the point I'm making. So when you started your presentation and you said it falls under all categories, organic is a category. So if the product is not organic or doesn't have organic written on it, then it does not fall under that category. I'm just asking questions to be clear on the description of the product.
Yeah. I said plant-based though.
Yes, of course. I mean, cassava is definitely plant-based. And once it does not contain, and even that, plant-based and vegan, two absolutely different headings. That is why when I did the part 1 on Tuesday, I did not say plant-based. I said vegan, because a plant-based product can still have non-vegan ingredients, because plant-based is a term that people use. It's a term that has different meanings to different people. Plant-based can simply mean that it is made predominantly from plants, but it can have a little butter, it can have a little milk, and it's still considered to be plant-based. Vegan would be free of all animal ingredients. So these are things that you also have to be careful with, those catchphrases, because a plant-based diet is one where someone eats predominantly plants. They could eat 80% plants, and they can actually eat fish once a week and still be plant-based by the definition. You understand? So if it's vegan, you want to say vegan. If it's plant-based, it allows you some more flexibility. I wish I had a product here, but I actually saw a couple in the supermarket just this week that says plant-based, and it actually had butter. One of them had butter, one had eggs, and one had milk, and it said plant-based. Whereas the one that said vegan would not have anything at all from an animal. You could get a plant-based product with honey. Honey is from bees. So again, the classifications, and if it is plant-based or vegan, again, you want to put that on the label. Because remember, we did on Tuesday, we examined local brands that did not have all the specific information, and we looked at the comparison with, you remember the box of cereal that had gluten-free, dairy-free, high in fiber, and we did come to the realization that the products that have more information that informs the buyer better sells faster and better than the product that does not. So we just want to make sure that we're covering all grounds. But the idea is a good one, and cassava is very versatile. And who knows, even within that cassava wafer product, you can make different varieties. So you can have a salted, you can have a cinnamon one, you can have, you know, a savory one with rosemary and cumin or whatever. So there's so much that you can do with it. It is actually quite a good concept. It's just how you develop and pitch it that will make the difference. But it's unique and it's different, and it's good. So just apply the improvement and you're good to go. Okay?
Thank you.
You are most welcome. All right, ladies. So we are at 8:01 p.m. and the timing is perfect because we've just completed all the presentations. So I just kind of want to hear your thoughts on how you felt about the exercise. You know, how, in terms of how it helps you to apply what you learned. Do you think now that you have a good understanding that you can say, okay, I'm going to take my cassava cakes or my plantain flour waffles or my breadfruit pone, you know, or my sweet potato granola, and I'm now going to be able to effectively do a label and do a nice Instagram pitch and really promote my product the way I should nutritionally. I want to get feedback from you guys. Don't be shy.
So for me, I have all the beautiful ideas in my head, even before doing the session, right? When you think about doing a product, you think about what you would like to have on the labeling. I think our biggest problem, well, let me talk for me. I think my biggest problem is being tech savvy and, you know, placing everything clearly. And one of the things is too, because in our culture, a lot of people would not, these things are more international standards. So if even we put the emphasis and the time into doing it, some people will still take it up and still wonder, what is this? That is the thing for me. So I would do a label that I think, you know, everybody could understand. But then again, we have to think about the international customers or those people who are educated, like the actual farmers, you know, agro-processors and stuff.
Okay, putting, I get your point, Ronita, but putting the correct information on your label to inform your buyer of exactly what's in your food product has nothing to do with international standards. That is basic labeling. Because if someone is lactose intolerant, they should know that their product has milk. If someone doesn't want to consume gluten, right here in the Caribbean, people have become very much enlightened and informed about what goes into their food. You don't even have to have a degree. There's Google, there's the internet, there's loads of information. So people want to know. And one of the reasons the international products sell better and faster, part of it is the fact that they market it better and in a more thorough manner than we do. That is why in the video on Caribbean foods, you heard about the apple a day keeps the doctor away. Everybody knows that. We don't even grow apples, but we know the catchphrase. We know milk, it does the body good because the dairy producers invest a lot of time and money into marketing their dairy products. So it really is, I don't even see it as international standards, although it will meet international standard, you know, in terms of the packaging and so on, that you can export, which is a good thing, because if you have a small business, you're not just looking at local, you're looking at a product that you could probably get a couple of thousands into another island eventually, or the US or whatever, especially if it's produce that's grown in a tropical island, which is not widely available in those parts of the world. But I think first and foremost, we have to understand that it's not even about international standards. It is about ensuring that the consumer is properly informed about what goes into your product. If I am a lactose intolerant person, or I have a child with allergies, I should not guess if your product has something or does not have it. You understand? It should say it. And so it really does not cost so much extra to add gluten-free or to add dairy-free. Because if I pick it up and I'm not sure if it has dairy or not, bet your bottom dollar I'm not going to buy it because I don't want to consume dairy. So a lot of persons now, the world is changing. It's not even just international, but locally, we are a more informed people. So we need to be able to ensure that our consumers know, because these savvy buyers, they will leave it on the shelf and they will buy the one that has the information. Yeah. So you have to bear that in mind, Ronita. Next person. Come on, guys, feel free. We're having a discussion here. Tell me how you think you can apply this. Thank you, ladies in the chat. I'm reading your messages. Everybody did a good job. You guys did great. So, I mean, just the experience of putting it together and understanding how to present it and how to put your information, the different mediums, the different segments, you did really well. This is a 2-day course, and I mean from Tuesday to Thursday, and you were able to do your application so well. So everyone should be proud of themselves. Anything else that you want to add, like feedback, questions, anything at all? Feel free before we end for the night.
Thank you very much, Miss Sam. Truly, it was an experience for me. You know, throughout the years, you would have ideas to do this and to do that, but it never come off the ground. But within two days, well, I did, because I worked, and it was last night trying to come. So I realized, you know, that, you know, if you put your mind to it and you work as a team, you can accomplish a lot. It was short, but I mean, the brainstorming and everything, it was really good. So thank you so much for sharing with us. It was very informative. And I think you have helped us to get going with whatever we want to do. So thank you again. At the end of this session, I would like to have a chat with you. I don't know if that would be possible when everybody exits.
Sure, you could do it via WhatsApp as well. Latoya shared my number in the group, I believe. So you can just WhatsApp me offline. But you are most welcome, ladies. Indeed, I really enjoyed sharing with you guys. I appreciate your participation. I know you're busy. Trust me, I am too. So I know having to get a group together and present overnight, you know, Tuesday for Thursday is difficult, but it can be done. And it just requires some effort, and you certainly put in that effort, and that is appreciated.
Yeah. And thanks to the ladies in group 2 that make a special effort, and I know those who couldn't and probably wanted to, but thank you so much. And the lady who presents and all. Yeah.
Yes, you guys did great team effort on your part. Great team effort.
Okay.
But it just shows you how sometimes, like you said, you have an idea, and in terms of manifesting, you're thinking, oh my God, it's a mammoth task. How am I going to launch this product? How am I going to conceptualize it? And look at all what you did overnight in one day. You only had Wednesday. So can you imagine if you take 3 months and dedicate it towards putting together your unique selling proposition, deciding on what you want to do, developing your product, your label, how you're going to pitch it, and bam, sometimes you don't even have to wait for that grant. You can start with what you have, start small, and then your product blows up, you know? So that should be some motivation and inspiration for some of you to start drying and powdering your kale and your beetroot. And I mean, I love that powdered idea, the coconut oil, you know, and going with your ideas and making it happen. Yeah. But not forgetting the nutritional or medicinal aspect of it, which is very important. Okay, ladies.
Can I ask my question?
Sure, Alberta. Sure, you can.
It's so, was it group 3 or 5? Well, I think it was 2 or 5 actually. I'm not sure. The one that did the powders. I just
Group 5.
Group 5, yes. Yes.
Were you guys serious when you were talking about launching the product, or was that just, for the session's sake? Because it sounded really convincing to me, so now I'm really curious.
I agree. I want the product at the store. I agree with you, Alberta. I hope they're serious and they'll put some effort into it. It's a good product.
We actually, good night, everyone. Thank you on behalf of Group 5. We actually did this as for the product simulation. So thank you for the challenge. And seeing that it actually got a good hit, we are now exploring actually making it a reality. And I hope that as members of Group 5, we will be encouraged to really pursue it. So it was just fictitious, if that's the word, or just simulation.
Yes,
So
I get
it is not yet in store, but we are now exploring, given the motivation from the session, how we can make it a reality. So
I love to hear that. Music to my ears.
Yes, thank you.
You are most welcome. You see, look at the other ladies are actually cheering you on and telling you go for it. It's an excellent idea, and this is like 100% whole food. Minimally processed, no additives, no preservatives. You get all the potent nutrients. That excites me totally. So I think you guys should, and maybe who knows, maybe the group of you can get together and actually decide that you're going to form some kind of business or something and do it together and launch it as, a group of ladies. I mean, you already have a name, Nature's Gems. So you guys could be the 5 or 6 gems that get together and create this product and launch it, So it's something to think about.
We will try.
All right. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for sharing, and you are most welcome. All of the feedback in the chat, your participation, your involvement over the last 2 nights. I enjoyed it so much. I think I enjoyed it more than you. I loved your presentations and I loved your energy. And I just wish all of you the best. I hope that you will go out and actually manifest some of what you presented, even if it was fictional, because you did some great presentations. You get it. You get what you need to do. So I'm confident that you can now move it to the next level of product development and then product launch. And maybe some of you could message me and say, I launched it. Would you like some for Healing Foods? Would you like to buy some wholesale? So good stuff, ladies. And Latoya, thank you so much, as usual, for your assistance with the breakout rooms, the slides, coordinating everything. We do appreciate it. So ladies, enjoy what's left of the evening, and all the best to all of you.